Hi, welcome to the Kingdom Fit Moms podcast. I'm your host, Kelsey, and today we're talking about fasting, intermittent fasting, and we're talking about macros. And hopefully I can help you decide if these solutions are right for you or if maybe we need to consider a few other things. Let's get started. Hey, welcome to the Kingdom Fit Moms podcast, where we believe that you can go on a journey to lose weight for the last time. I know you've tried all the things and you may not believe me yet, but when you do weight loss the Kingdom Fit Moms way, everything changes. You're in the right place if weight is constantly on your mind, you're confused about food, you're missing out on memories, and maybe even putting your dreams off for another day because this weight struggle is no joke. We're a community and we're on a mission to invite God into this weight loss journey so you can shed the burden and shine your light. I want you to start living and believing in the version of yourself that heaven sees. Let's get started. Hey, I have a favor to ask. Podcasts, they grow and they get the word out about so many important topics, including how to lose weight with Christ at the center of it all here on the Kingdom Fit Moms podcast. But we can't do it without you. And so if you are loving this podcast and you want to continue to have great content in your earbuds several times a week, then I need your help. So pause this podcast and pull up Apple Podcasts ideally. If you're not on Apple, you can use Spotify or wherever else you listen and scroll down. Find the section that says leave a review. Give me 5 seconds of your time. Tell us what you love about the show and leave a quick 5-star review. More reviews about the show, they allow it to be seen by more friends who need this message of hope. Secondly, if you love the show and you want to make some extra money, then go back to episode 59 where we talk about how you can become a Fit Moms ambassador. You share the message of kingdom-minded weight loss when your friends sign up to be a part of our programs, Fit Moms Academy or Fit Moms Accelerator. You get paid. It's an awesome opportunity to have your own little side gig on your own time and get this mission across the nations, across the whole world. Okay, what I've been asked, what do I think is the best diet plan out there? And I don't know if I can choose one besides what we do in Kingdom Fit Moms, but if I had to choose, I think there is a lot of value in intermittent fasting. And I also think that there are some benefits to counting macros. So let's start with intermittent fasting. I get asked by my clients, should I fast? Should I skip breakfast? Should I eat within my 8-hour window? And if you want to really dive into the world of fasting, then go rent or buy the book Fast Like a Girl. It's fascinating about the science behind it. And fasting has great benefits for your body. And I think it's cool. I get really fired up when the biblical principles that have been around forever, like fasting, they have science behind them. So when you fast for various amounts of time, you can fight cancer cells, you can burn fat, you can boost your immune system, you can regulate hormones by fasting the right way, especially as a female. So if that's something that interests you, again, definitely go check out the book. That's my favorite reference as far as fasting goes. So it's called Fast Like a Girl. Now, how about macros? So counting macronutrients, which are fats, protein, and carbs, there are benefits like having the liberty to eat some pizza because it falls into your macro numbers for the day. I do like that it encourages you to get enough protein, which obviously if you are listening and weightlifting is a part of your diet, or if you just don't want to be losing muscle, then you need protein. It's the building blocks for your cells. And once you get the hang of macros, it can make decisions about what type of food a little bit easier and a little bit simpler. And it's not only focused on calories in versus calories out, but it also has nutrient content or component to some degree. Do they work, right? Do intermittent fasting and counting macros work? Yes. Of course they do. I think of all the diet programs out there, pairing macro counting with some intermittent fasting can absolutely help you to shred out a little bit and change your body composition. So hold on before you pause this podcast and start searching podcasts about macros and fasting. I want you to pause and I want you to ask yourself, before you jump on another diet bandwagon, are these choices right for me? And I know most of you, even if I don't know you personally, because I've worked with so many clients just like you when it comes to weight loss, and choosing intermittent fasting, hear me out, choosing intermittent fasting and or macro counting is not going to solve your problem. Choosing intermittent fasting and or macro counting, it will not solve the problem of being on the diet roller coaster and thinking about food all the time and giving you the freedom that you want. It's a band-aid on a much deeper issue. For example, with fasting, I see women who do a great job not eating for 18 hours, and they love fasting because they feel like they don't have to think about food for 18 hours, right? And then they get into their eating window and they're starving, so they eat whatever they want, cookies, chips, you name it. And they aren't filling that eating window with real food. And it actually, most of the time, exacerbates binge eating and makes emotional stress eating worse. And if you are like most of the women that I work with who do not feel in control around food, you're just going to make yourself hangry. And then you're going to set yourself up to make poor food choices. And you're not solving the problem of having control over your food choices. It's creating a window to set yourself up for binge eating, and you're not going to find freedom in that as a starting point. Hear me out. We need to first, before you think about doing intermittent fasting, we need to first fix the emotional eating, the comfort eating. We need to help you to get obsessed in the very best ways with real food and renew your mind around God-given food so that you actually want to choose real food most of the time. Intermittent fasting, it's not solving the problem if you have struggled with dieting for years and years. It's focusing, here's kind of how I see it. It is a tool that is an amazing tool, but it's focusing on details that are not necessary before looking at that bigger picture. So how about macros? Well, macros, they do provide some boundaries. Maybe you have no idea what to eat. Macros can help as far as how to divide up your plate or, divide up your food for the day. But again, it's not solving the deeper issues that you have around why you struggle to see yourself worth taking care of, for example. Counting macros, it's still a man-made system that can be enslaving. I mean, do you really want to count things for the rest of your life? If you don't, then we have to fix those underlying issues of why you have all or nothing thinking, or why you jump off the bandwagon every time a birthday party or celebration comes around, or why you feel constantly obsessed with food, or why you can't stop eating sugar, or whatever those things are. It's not solving, macros are not solving that all or nothing thinking or being off or on, because you're still on this program of counting everything and you're not working on those deeper heart and mindset issues. It is a tool that can be used, but in my opinion, this is an advanced tool. So if you are struggling with diets in the diet roller coaster and you're like, I've struggled with weight for 20 years or 10 years or for as long as I can remember, don't start with something that is an advanced course, right? You need to go to the 101 and relay those health foundations. And then if, and only if you need to, you can resort to macro counting and intermittent fasting eventually. Now, what do I do then, right? What's the flip side to these things? So, number one, you have to start by learning to eat real food. Even challenge yourself to eat 90 to 100% real food for an extended period of time. And most cases, like 97, 99, I don't even know, most cases of women who do this, they lose weight quickly with this strategy alone. That's what we have done in my real food resets, and I'll tell you more about those results. But they're not counting macros. They're just eating the food that God created, which is naturally low calorie and will naturally allow you to lose weight quickly. And then, only then, if after a while of eating real food consistently and working through all the brain drama that comes up with getting off track, if you are doing that consistently and then you hit a weight loss plateau, then I will review my clients' food logs and help them to make some tweaks. And I still do not have them count macros because I can teach them a simpler system that isn't breaking down food into fat, protein, carb. It keeps it as a whole food. And instead we are focusing on adding in the right things. So you can go the macro route, but my guess, some tough love here, is that you will end up right where you started. So what is the solution? So if you remember how we do weight loss in Kingdom Fit Moms in our communities, there are 3 circles of weight loss. It's like a target. That outer circle is all of the things you have tried, including intermittent fasting and macros. It's going from one diet to another that helps you to burn fat and lose weight. And yes, they work, but they aren't solving the problem. And do they really work if you end up right where you started? I would say probably not. And so then we have to go a layer deeper on that 3-ring circle, where we are focusing on the implementation, the meal planning, the systems, the thought work, all of the things that make weight loss really, really practical. And the difference is the inner circle on that 3-ring target. This is what we do inside of Kingdom Fit Moms and all of our Fit Moms communities, is we help you to heal with God at the center. So we focus on 4 aspects here. So identity and understanding your access to abundant health and who you are in Christ and being a daughter and just abundant living is yours for the taking. But the second part of that is there have been many hits against our identity. We have experienced trauma or lies against that, and for a variety of reasons that too much to go into in this podcast, we have to dig up those root lies of why the weight struggle exists, and then we have to get excited about declaring our kingdom purpose, doing the work on earth that God has created us to do with freedom and confidence and being all that God created us to be. And it's exciting. And why would you not want to do that, right? And then the last piece of that is how we speak to ourselves and declaring a new story over our life using scripture and the promises that God has for us. So here's the deal. In January, we will be having another real food reset at the beginning of January. So everyone wants to start over on January 1. We're going to wait a little bit after that so you can kind of get your bearings. But in 2024, the entire year, there is a little bit of a change in how we are doing our real food resets. They will be reserved for those who are inside of Fit Moms Academy and Fit Moms Accelerator. So the Academy, as a reminder, that's the course and community where you start working through kingdom-minded weight loss. And then the Accelerator is the 6-month group coaching program. You get one-on-one access to me. We really dig deep. You're immersed. You're with accountability partners. You're in community with weekly calls. You're really doing the work, right? And you're saying, I'm all in, and getting over the negative thoughts and the brain drama and all of that. So our mission here is really true change, right? From the inside out. And the real food reset gals, it's really the bomb. I mean, some of the testimonials from the last one we did. So this is a 2-week reset with real food. Keep that in mind. But just in 2 weeks' time, we had gals who said, I'm down 10 pounds, better sleep, better energy, feeling alive, my pants fit, I'm at my pre-pregnancy weight, I'm loving the boundaries, on and on and on. And I will share more of those with you. But we really believe in this community that real food is where it's at, right? It's not some man-made diet system that involves counting everything you put in your mouth paired with, low fat, low sugar, processed fake foods, blah, blah, blah. God's ways, they're really simple and they're good. But even within that, in order to make the real food reset stick, it needs to be paired with those 2 other rings that I just told you about with kingdom-minded weight loss, the inner work and the practical implementation. So we are doing resets every other month, the entire year of 2024. So you have community to do this with while you are doing the inner work and also working through practical strategies for how to make it all stick. So you can choose your own adventure. You can go the course route, the DIY version in Fit Moms Academy, or you can work with me and my team inside of Fit Moms Accelerator. So all that to say, I'll be releasing details, but mark your calendars for next week. We'll be releasing how you can sign up and get involved in our next Real Food Reset so that you can drop weight quickly in the reset and set yourself up for success and consistency, because I know that so many of you tell me that, yeah, I can do this for a while, but then I get off track and I don't know how to get back on track, or I have all or nothing thinking. So we are setting this up so that you have different options depending on your budget and how much you want to invest right now, so that you are not only set up to learn to love real food, but also set up to have consistency after the reset is over. And I also want to encourage you, don't let the holiday season stop you. So you can start now, and you can already be down 5 or more pounds and have a mindset that's ready to go on January 1. So hop on over to kelseywickenhauser.com to learn more about our programs, or you can email me at info@kelseywickenhauser.com. If you know you're ready, we'll get you set up into Fit Moms Academy or Fit Moms Accelerator so you can start this next year as your healthiest year ever. Hey Fit Mom, if this episode blessed you today and you can think of somebody else who's struggling in her weight loss journey, would you consider sharing this week's episode with her to give her a sense of hope? And then while you're at it, hop on over to our free Facebook community, Kingdom Fit Moms, for daily encouragement and support. Let's go shed the weight to shine the light.